I talk a lot about ghosts. More specifically, I talk a lot about my experiences seeing ghosts and feeling spirits, but it is occurring to me that I have never talked about the things themselves, which is strange. So today I will do just that. We are going to look at what are ghosts, spirits, poltergeists, and duppies. Hey guys, I'm Didi Beck and I am a filmmaker and a psychic, and welcome to my channel where I talk about all these things. I want to demystify ghosts and spirits, which sounds like an oxymoron, but I feel like people get them mixed up all the time. Like lots of little details fall through the cracks, and I literally made a movie about misunderstood ghosts. I'm gonna get really technical about this. The information that I give you here is based on my personal experience in combination with copious amounts of research that I have done because of those experiences. So with all that in mind, let's start. First things first, this is the case for visible, non-physical beings, like ghosts. All of this is predicated on the belief that all living beings, meaning humans, animals, plants, have physical bodies, but we also have non-physical parts of ourselves that inhabit our bodies. That is our soul or our spirit. Energy can never be created nor destroyed. Like that part is just science. So when your physical body dies, it eventually disintegrates and turns back into earth. Based on our previous definition of a soul, which is that non-physical part of ourselves that lives within that physical body, when your physical body dies, that soul has to go somewhere. That soul is energy. I think that sometimes that soul or spirit rejoins the universal consciousness that transcends all space and time. And other times it lingers in the 3D world, which is just Earth as we're living on it now, and the 4D world, which is one realm above ours. This is ghost territory. A ghost is a soul or a spirit of an animal or a person that appears to the living. That's according to Wikipedia. I would like to add to that definition. To me, ghost implies like a sadness or an unrest with that spirit, and this is why. When someone dies and their soul lingers in the 3D and 4D realms, it suggests that their physical body died at a time when their soul was unresolved about something on Earth. Their souls are attached to Earth for some reason. They might be confused about why they died, or they could be looking for someone, or they might be attached to a certain place waiting for something to happen. All of that is unresolved energy. So this is my updated definition of a ghost. Ghosts are spirits that have unfinished business on Earth, so they appear to the living who they think can help them resolve it in some way. That's why when you encounter a ghost that you don't want to interact with, one of the things you can do is to say very loudly, "Go back to the light from whence you came, I cannot help you." All of that said, not all ghosts have bad intentions. In fact, I would venture to say that most of them are benign, but more on that later when we talk about poltergeists. If you have watched enough of my videos or follow me on Instagram, you will inevitably have heard me say the word duppy. A duppy is the Jamaican word for ghost, and it always has a negative connotation. Like, a duppy is a ghost that relentlessly haunts the living for any reason, like anyone. You could have come home too late. You overfried the plantain. You disturbed a grave. That one is like, that's reasonable. You left your window open on a full moon. You put too much salt in the oxtail. I don't know, like it really doesn't matter, but a duppy loves to haunt a human. I do not personally think that all ghosts are malevolent, but most Jamaican people do. And I am Jamaican, so I can say that. I should note that I say duppy is a Jamaican word, but really it's like a bunch of Caribbean countries. I'm Jamaican, so that's my first point of reference always. But I know Jamaicans say duppy for ghost. I know Barbados does. The word itself, duppy, comes from an African language, like most of Jamaican patois, but that African word, one of them is Adobe. Side note, does your culture, like wherever you are from watching this, does your culture have a specific word for ghost or spirit or poltergeists? Tell me. But speaking of spirits, not to be confused with spirit, capital S, like the universe. Spirits, small s. So I see ghosts, but I feel spirits. And usually they feel pretty good. To me, the biggest differences between ghosts and spirits are that spirits are not bound to the earth in any way. They're not asking you for help or seeking help from you for anything, and in fact they're not even necessarily visible at all. When I refer to a spirit, I am talking about that soul that used to live in a human body in this 3D earth, or an animal body now that I think of it. But now they live in the universe, very much maintaining their own personalities, but they're also simultaneously part of this oneness that is the universe. I get such beautiful and bright energy when I talk about spirits. I know that my own encounters tend to be with spirits who I knew as humans on Earth, but they have since transitioned into non-physical beings. Spirits protect us and they unite us. They want to bring us more love and more joy and expansion and fulfillment, and the way that they seem particularly fond of doing that is by connecting us with people who can like really trigger all of those things in us. For example, let's say that you had a falling out with your brother and the two of you are not talking right now. You best believe that the spirit of your grandmother is going to come through and tell you as a voice in the back of your head to like, go check the closet. And so you go check the closet, and what do you find in there? Like a box of his old toys, or some kind of vintage, ridiculous, maybe slightly offensive t-shirt that he used to wear all the time. And you're like, oh my god, let me call him. And so you do, and before you know it, the two of you are just like eating patties at Devon House. That is big spirit energy. Poltergeists love a ruckus. Like, poltergeists especially love causing a ruckus. My friend Catherine lived with a poltergeist for years in LA, and like, he wasn't too crazy, but he did love to lock doors. And one time he locked her roommate in her room and they had to take the handle off. Like, it's not funny, but it is. I think poltergeists like causing a scene for their own amusement, and also when they have very strong opinions that they want you to know about. So they act out. A lot like petulant children. Which, speaking of, tracks. Because poltergeists love a kid. Like, they love a kid. Not just any kid either. Teenage girls and femmes. No idea why. I suspect it might be our tendency toward openness and like receptivity to things that might not be completely logical. Did you guys have any experiences with ghosts as teenagers or kids? Like, they just love children. Also, kids haven't been completely brainwashed yet. Like, they haven't learned what is real and what's made up. So, of course, poltergeists and ghosts are going to appear to kids. Like, they believe them. Children believe ghosts when they show themselves to them. See guys, ghosts need validation too. Like, it's an inter-realm experience and we're all in it together. Forever, apparently. The 4 paranormal entities that we have talked about today have some very key differences. Ghosts are confused, earthbound spirits who think that the living can help them solve their problems. Duppy is the Jamaican word for ghost. They always have a negative connotation because they supposedly just haunt people for no apparent reason, which I guess would make them more of a poltergeist. Are mischievous supernatural entities that like to cause a ruckus to inconvenience you and basically for their own entertainment. Spirits are souls that used to inhabit human bodies but now exist as part of the oneness of the universe while still maintaining their own unique personalities. If there is something that you want to know more about within the realm of intuition or the unseen world, please do let me know, because this is one of my favorite things to do. Share this with your spooky friends and subscribe to this this channel because I have a lot of stuff to share with you guys, and this world is largely unseen and 100% magical. Thanks for watching, guys. I will see you in my next video.